Yo, what's up, guys? And today we'll be reading Blue Lock chapter 353 called Super Dark Horse. So, without further ado on the intro, let's just get straight into it. It starts off right after Teddy dribbled past Blue Lock's defensive line, and he still has possession of the ball. Nanase chimes in saying, "What's with this guy? Teddy Knight, wait, isn't that the newest member of the new generation World 11? As we get a close up of Teddy's face, who looks very soulless in the eyes. And suddenly, Teddy dashes forward towards Raichi and Nanase and dribbles past them while saying, "Doesn't ego get in the way of living? It causes conflicts with others and painful comparisons." We get a POV into Raichi's thoughts saying, "This guy's dribbling is so irregular that I have no idea what he'll do next." Gah. We cut back to Teddy saying, "That's why a worthless puppet like me just isn't suited to live as an egoist." Now, how many of you do I need to get past before you give up? I know this is not part of like the whole reading, but I just love the little lightning strike that Teddy created while he was just drifting like a car. Like, you gotta admit, that's just sick. While still in the tracksuit, by the way. But anyways, we'll continue. We suddenly see Isagi and Rin walking towards Teddy, with Isagi saying, "Hey now, I thought we'd be late, so we came over to see what's up," with Rin saying, "Which team's idiot vermin slipped in here?" We see a zoom up of their faces. Isagi looking, I don't know how to describe his expression, but all I know is Rin is pissed off, with Isagi saying, "If we steal the ball, you'll get out of here, right?" With Rin also saying, "We'll play with you, so bring it, you worthless puppet." We see the others' reactions, but hey, it's just small details, so I'll probably just ignore it. No, I'll definitely ignore it. We see another zoom up of Teddy's eyes saying, "Jolly good, it is, it is." Okay, so both Isagi and Rin charge at Teddy, with Rin reaching out his hand trying to grab Teddy by the tracksuit. But Teddy quickly sidesteps and dribbles past Rin, with Isagi trying to tackle Teddy, but Teddy simply just jumps over. And suddenly, Rin, being the bold and emo man he is, grabs Teddy by the back of the tracksuit, surprising Teddy and making Teddy say, "That's not allowed." Rin also says, "I don't care, dumbass. You're tepid as hell." As my bad, as Rin tries to slam Teddy over his shoulders while Teddy is literally in the air. But Teddy ain't gonna let that slide. That man twists and turns and literally pats Rin in the head, dunking on this man, break dancing on his head, talking about some, you egoists are sure barbaric. I never want to be like you." Isagi comes out of nowhere and gets the ball, and he also says, "What a coincidence, you egoless weirdo. I never want to be like you." With Bachida just saying, "Nice, Isagi." Teddy looks surprised as he says, "Who are you?" With Isagi still sing with Metavision, saying, "I'm Blue Lock's Yoichi Isagi." Teddy looks unimpressed and just says, "I see, Yoichi-san. So then, without Blue Lock, you'd just be Yoichi Isagi, right?" Isagi looks absolutely dumbfounded, saying, "Huh?" Teddy just simply waves with his thumb folded inward, saying, "I'm just a puppet who will die to give England a World Cup victory." Isagi still looks dumbfounded as Teddy just says, I am. See you tomorrow." He just leaves, and the whole Blue Lock cast looks absolutely in shock, with Chigiri saying, What the hell is with that guy?" Otoya also says, "He's a freak." Aryu just saying, "His skills are style though." We cut back to Karasu and Hiyori, with Karasu saying, "We could only stop him by breaking the rules. I bet his dribbling is the key to England's strategy." With Hiyori saying, "He was seriously unreal. I feel like none of us could stop him on a one-on-one." Aiku saying, "Okay, just calm down. That was his aim. I bet he came here just to plant that doubt in our minds." But the fact that they resorted to this proves England is just desperate to win. With Isagi saying, "Yeah, I think so too. If we don't win, if my bad for the stuttering. If we don't win this, it's all over. Our lives are riding on this, the ultimate battle. But isn't that isn't that the situation that helped our egos evolve and get stronger? We see multiple flashbacks of Ego, Loki, Hugo, and Charles, with Isagi continuing his yap session, saying, I've been wondering, why did we end up so scattered in the match against France? Was it because we doubted that we could be the world's best, like Ego-san said? Of course, France was crazy strong, and our individual skills weren't quite up to snuff. But the biggest problem was that we tricked ourselves into thinking that we were the strongest and the world revolved around us. Hiyori says, I think Ya might be right. Chigiri also says, we got really popular from BLTV after all. Isagi continues his yap session saying, right, we were the center of attention among U20 teams before the World Cup even started. And after that overwhelming victory against Nigeria, we lost our balance. Okay, so what Isagi is basically saying here is that they just got very overconfident after cooking the hell out of Nigeria. Even though, like, I don't think you should, like, if I were them, I would be confident too if I 4-0'd an opponent, but against France, I don't think I should be overconfident at all. We also see a flashback of Onazi, because why not? Anyways, we'll just continue. Isagi continues, but Japan was never considered a favorite to win. We're not the birthplace of soccer like England or a soccer superpower like Brazil. Our soccer history is fairly brief, and most of that history is yet to be written. Plus when it all comes to oh my god, I'm sorry for the stuttering. Plus, when it comes to all of us gathered here in Blue Lock, so we are back, and I was able to fix the whole problem with the page not loading in. So let's continue with Isagi's yap session. We see multiple flashbacks of multiple players in their most depressing states, with Isagi saying, none of us were sorts of the elite players who could have gone to play overseas. We were a bunch of outcasts and failures who did things our own way. So let's quit fooling ourselves. This team isn't the center of the world. We came together in an insane place in the corner of the world, and we evolved with a twisted fantasism. We see multiple flags of nationwide countries, with Isagi continuing, Blue Lock is a super dark horse that'll devour the world. All the Blue Lock players chime in with Chickadee saying, ha ha, thinking that way definitely gets me fired up, with Aiku saying, gotcha, this team's gotten fragmented, so we need a unifying mindset, with Isagi continuing, yeah, with this in mind, we can still have our own visions of the world's best. Let's dream the same dream, you egoist. Time until England match, 24 hours.